Baruch haba, welcome to lesson 6 of Hebrew lessons with the Beatitudes. We are going to begin with this line that these are all the letters that we're going to be using so far. Most of these we've learned, the ones in parentheses we haven't learned yet. So we're going to just review quickly each of these letters. Repeat after me, and this one, b or v. Okay, new letter, d, h, v, ch, m, same thing, m, final or sofit, n, sofit, k, looks like a Q, right? R, looks like a backwards R, and sh. Okay, here we go. Kadosh, kadosh, kadosh. Great, holy, holy, holy. Kadosh, kadosh, kadosh. This one, kadosh shemo, holy, his name. Remember, this is the vav, and the end of a word is the his possessive, third person, singular masculine possessive, the O. Kadosh shemo. HaKadosh. Remember what this prefix is? The definite article. So, the Holy One. HaKadosh. Oh, sorry, this is HaKodesh. HaKadosh, the Holy One. HaKodesh is holiness. So Ruach HaKodesh is spirit of holiness. Okay, Kodesh, or the holy, the holiness. Ruach HaKodesh. And remember, Ruach is spirit, but it can also mean, anybody know from biblical scholarship, it can also mean wind. Okay, Ruach is wind or spirit. V'ruach HaKodesh. Amen. And the Spirit, the Holy. Amen. Okay. B'Shem Ha'av, in the name of the Father. V'Haben, V'Ruach HaKodesh. Amen. Awesome. Okay, next we're going to get a letter here that's very similar to the duh. Okay, you realize the duh has a little elbow off of it. There's no elbow here, and this one comes a little bit farther past the line. So its top line is longer than the vav and longer than the nun, but we could easily confuse it when you write these out with the nun. So when you write your nun, don't make that line too long. When you write that, this is a chaf. Okay, when you write the chaf out, make sure the line's a little bit long. Make sure there's no elbow. Make sure it goes past the line. Okay, so I hope you're doing little exercises to write out these letters and write them out artistically. Enjoy it. Take your time and meditate upon the holiness of this alphabet. Okay, so let's review them all. B, D, H, V, Ch, Ch. Okay, sounds exactly the same. Depending, sometimes this can be a K. We'll see that. Okay, but normally Ch and Ch, and this is the final Ch, so it's only at the end of a word. M, final N, final M, final N, and this is a K. Okay, but it's like a Q. There's another K coming up. Actually, this can be a K sometimes, and it sounds like this K, but they are two different letters. Okay, R and Sh. Baruch haba. Okay, we've heard that a couple times. It means welcome, or it means blessed is he who comes. Blessed the one who comes. Baruch haba. Okay, so blessed, in fact, the etymology comes from berech, which is ani. Okay, so to bless really originally means to bow down on your knee to. So we bless God, we bow down on our knee to God for this thing or that thing. That's kind of the root of the Hebrew word for bless. Okay, and in fact, usually the more ancient texts will say, "Blessed are you, O Lord, for giving us this food. Blessed are you, O Lord, for giving me this day, for giving me this drink, and for giving me this thing." And so it's more blessing God. It's almost like praising God, but it's bowing down on our knee before God. Afterwards, Also in Judaism, they'll refer to blessing this thing or that thing, but that's a secondary meaning. So Baruch haba b'shem. Okay, blessed the one who comes in the name. Baruch haba b'shem. Okay. Bavakasha. Okay, this is mainly for the pilgrims who are going to come to Israel. This means you're welcome or please. Okay, bavakasha. Okay, bikesh. The root in here is one of the words that means to ask or request. So it's in request, with requesting, is please or you're welcome. Okay, bavakasha. Okay, this last one, echad. Echad, okay, means one. So the Lord is one. Adonai Echad, and his name is one. Shemo Echad, okay. Shema Israel, Hear O Israel. Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Okay, let's keep moving on. One more little chapter here. B, D, H, V, Ch, Ch. And this new one, anybody know? It looks like a lightning bolt. It's a L. Okay, and then a M, and M sofit, N sofit, K, R, Sh. Here we go. Ha-El. Okay, do you know what El is? A lot of you know already. It's short for Elohim. Right, it means God. Okay. El can also mean towards, and the shorter way to write out towards is just the L prefix. Okay, to. La'av, to the Father. Okay. And this is what God said to Abraham, or Abram at that time. He said, Lech lecha, okay? Or you might interpret this to say Lech lech, but in fact, the Jews vocalize it Lech lecha, okay? And so this is the imperative form of go or walk, okay? Lech. So your translation probably says go or go forth or get up and go. Lech lecha, go is what it's interpreting go by just saying go or go forth. But the Hebrew interpretation is lech lecha means go to you. So this would be a to, and then the ch is you, second person. Singular, masculine. Lech lecha, go to yourself. Okay, lech lecha. So this is a mysterious thing we talk about on all of our trips. So when God says to Abraham, go, get up and go, leave your country and leave your kin, in Genesis 12:1, the Hebrew vocalization is that it means go to yourself. So he's saying, go from your land and from your people to the land I'll show you, and I'm going to bless you as a great nation. And in that, you're going to find yourself. Go to yourself as you go out. So we invite anyone who comes on pilgrimage to go from your land and your people in order to discover yourself, in order to discover your deeper identity in the Lord. And in that path, we're going to walk together. Lech lecha. Shalom lach Miriam. So this is the feminine form. You would say lach. For the masculine, you'd say lecha. Okay, lach. Shalom lach Miriam. Peace to you, Mary. Again, repeat after me. Shalom lach Miriam. Okay, you might want to meditate on that one. Maybe do a short version of the rosary today and do 50 Shalom lach Miriam. It's just repeating that phrase, almost like the Jesus prayer. Shalom lach Miriam. Okay, remember this one? What does this mean again? Wind or spirit, right? Ruach echad. Okay, the first disciples in the Acts of the Apostles were all of one spirit. Ruach echad. Okay, again. Shalom lach Ima Miriam. This is mommy, right? Mom. Shalom lach mommy Mary. Ima Miriam. Okay, throwing in a little bit of Arabic for you. Similar to shalom, and you can see the sh here. And this is a L. It's a little bit similar to the Hebrew L. And this is a M, kind of similar to this Mem. Okay, this is As-salam. Okay, anytime you hear a sh in Hebrew, it's very often a s in Arabic, or in our Bible, a lot of the biblical shs become a s, like Samson. It actually comes from the Hebrew Shimshon. Okay, As-salam alaikum. So this is the common formal religious greeting to an Arab in the street. You say assalamu alaikum. So they might say assalamu alaikum to you, and you should repeat alaikum salam. Okay. Ha'el ba. Okay, what does el mean again? God, right? Ha'el ba. So the God comes. Okay. La'av v'laben. Okay, to the Father and to the Son. Okay, la'av v'laben. Okay, so the ha that might be in here to make this to the Father, it also might be to a Father or to Father, but the h gets swallowed up, so it's just la'av v'laben. Okay, so the vocalization of the ah is still there from the definite article, but the h gets swallowed up. So la'av might be to the Father. Okay. Okay, last couple words for this lesson. Hallel. Okay, the Hallel, you might have heard of this from hearing Scott Hahn's teaching about the Passover at a Jewish Seder meal. They sing the Hallel, the hymn at the end, and so there was this hymn that they sang at the end of the Last Supper, and then they went out to the garden, whereas usually there's an extra fourth cup at the end of the Seder meal after that hymn, but they went immediately out to the garden, which means they didn't drink that. Maybe that fourth cup was actually the cup that Jesus talked about in the garden with the Father, and that he drank upon the cross. Okay, but that festal hymn is called the Hallel, and in fact, Hallel means praise, and Hallelu means, hey, y'all, praise, Hallelu. Everybody praise, Hallelu. Great, that's all for today, and we'll see you next time. Salam.